just wanted to, we're almost out of time, but I wanted to give him a couple minutes to just tell you a little bit about his story, because Kash Kelly is a fascinating individual. I've had a chance to interview over the last week for my Hot Zone podcast. And Kash is, a former gang member, Latin Kings from Chicago. And he's kind of turned his life around now as a husband and father and entrepreneur, and doing really well. So Kash, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate you, for real. You to me, sir, are definitely an American hero. I've been digging into your book. I got it behind me right there on my bookshelf. And I just want to say, first off, I appreciate you, man. I thank God for you. I'm going to start it off with a verse that means a lot to me, and it has since I've been young. It's Psalms 121. It says, I lift up my eyes to the hills, from whence come my help. My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not allow your foot to be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord shall preserve you from all evil. He shall preserve your soul. The Lord shall preserve your going out and your coming in. This is the time forth and even forevermore. To me, that verse is profound because, well, actually, when I stumbled upon that verse, I was actually in boys' school in DOC in Logansport. I was 17 years old, and that verse got me through, man. I was at a point in my life where I was trying to be better, and I didn't want to be, and I carried that with me through life, especially with right now that verse actually it's like a wellspring in me now for what I'm doing, because the way that I speak now and the things that I do now totally are a 180 from the life that I had lived before. And being somebody that's from the area that I'm from, even still being around there today, it's a little dangerous. I was listening to a couple of you guys speak, and like Chuck, you've walked into war zones, man. You've walked into battlefields, and I don't know anything about that kind of life that you've lived. It's a different walk. But for me, my life has been a different kind of war zone. And I guess you could say it's been by choice. And I was on the other side of it, and it wasn't good. So now to be trying to pull people out of that and get them to see the error of their ways, man, the same way I had to see mine, that verse is inspirational to me. And Chuck, you're inspirational to me. I appreciate you, man. And I appreciate all you guys around this panel today and listening to you all speak. I hope to God that he'll continue to use me the way that he has been for the mission at hand. And ultimately that's to wake people up, man, and to pull kids away from gangs, pull men away from gangs, help dads be fathers. And yeah, man, just try to put my good out there that I could back into the world for the grace that I've been given. So that's really all I got for you guys, man. I hope that you all stay blessed, and everybody else pray. So I'm gonna leave it there.
We were talking this week just about how the inner cities of America have become so violent, and yet the real problem is not violence in those inner cities. It's gangs, and the real problem is not even gangs. It's fatherlessness.
Yes.
And your father was, I believe, murdered or killed before you even were old enough to know him. You didn't know your father, and you went looking for that higher purpose, that greater meaning, that driving force in your life in the gangs. And by getting into that, of course, that brought with it a whole host of sort of dysfunctional behaviors, risky behaviors, which have greatly affected your life. But you saw the light. You got tired of that and said, I asked you this week when we were talking about it, what was it that brought you out of that? So what did you tell me?
My children.
Your children. You said,
yeah.
I want to be the father that I never had. And,
Exactly.
you know, I mean, I think that, I mean, number one, that is so admirable that you were smart enough to figure that out, even without that sometimes the, the difficulties that are placed in our lives are the thing that pushes us to become better. That a lot of people can choose to take that kind of difficulty, and a lot of people do. A lot of people in your situation say, well, because I didn't have a dad, I'm, you know, they're going to go the same direction. They don't know how to be a dad, and so they're not going to be a good dad, and they're going to pass along those generational curses to their family. Or you can decide to say, you know what, I didn't have a dad, and so I'm going to break those generational curses, and I'm going to
Yes, sir.
be the dad that my kids need me to be in my life. And that is so admirable. And it
Thank you.
will make a difference. You'll make an enormous difference in the life of your children by deciding to put them first and to embrace the difficulty of being a father. And you know, just, I mean, you got 8 kids, right? Is that right?
Yes,
8
sir.
kids?
12 if you count stepchildren. I got a couple that I'm still raising, even though, you know,
12. Man.
yeah. Yeah, 8
I,
biologically, 12 altogether.
well, I envy you that. I've got my 5, and I've been trying to get my wife to give me 5 more, and she said, "I'll miss you."
Yeah, you would say, hey, you want a
She's
couple? I got you, man. Let me know.
yeah, send them on over, man.